Fishing Companies Association was established by the Fisheries Conservation and Management Ordinance 2005. The association represents the interests of all holders of fisheries quota under the Falklands ITQ system and work with our members to ensure that industry views are put before our government in areas of interest to the fishing industry. We sit on and participate in a number of government and non-governmental committees, as well as providing funding and resources for the advancement of knowledge and research within the Falklands fisheries, operational, environmental, and economic aspects. There are currently 13 individual companies making up the association. Percentages of items able to fish in the EEZ living on a remote group of islands located deep in the South Atlantic Ocean, Falkland Islanders have always had a great affiliation with the sea and are proud of their maritime heritage. Once seen as the gateway to the Antarctic, the islands were visited by famous explorers such as Sir Ernest Shackleton. In the Falklands, we're renowned for our independence, resilience, and resourcefulness. In the early years of the Falkland Islands, agriculture and farming became the mainstay of the economy, and whilst these industries are vital to the community today, it is commercial fishing that now provides the greatest source of revenue to the economy and funds a substantial part of our government's revenue through ITQ, licence fees and corporate tax receipts.
Operational began in 1987, and made an enormous difference immediately to the economy of the Falklands. And very shortly after it was declared that participation by the Falkland Islands began. Today, of course, we're in the driving seat of this crucial importance in our industry. And our industry makes possible the society that we have in the Falklands today, underpins our economy.
In 2005, the Falklands went from a short-term permit system to a system of long-term individually transferable quotas, similar to systems used in many other developed fisheries. It brought many advantages over the previous licensing arrangements in that it ensured the management of the fishing industry within the Falkland Islands overseen and governed by the The security of the ITQ approach also gave local and joint venture companies the confidence to invest in their businesses, knowing that they would have key guaranteed access to much sought-after fishing grounds. In addition, and as a direct result of the introduction of ITQ, companies have invested in new state-of-the-art purpose-built fishing vessels. The transferability of these quotas ensures that the most efficient use of the available fishing efforts can be achieved. Another advantage of the introduction of ITQ is that it has encouraged good and effective management of all fisheries within the zone. It ensures that the fisheries are sustainable, fished responsibly and cleanly, and with the best practices being followed. We work closely and in broad support of our government and other environmental organisations to protect the biodiversity life around our shores by providing resources and funding for scientific projects. We also carry out our own studies and research to complement other agencies.
These new vessels are actually also being fitted with some of the internationally recommended zero baggage aviation, which is really important. And basically what it means is that the vessels have some sort of storage tank, so they can store their offals and their discards, and they can strategically discharge this, which means that the attraction of vessels is significantly reduced. interactions and localities by birds eliminated. Actually, the Falkland Islands has been, one of the leaders with regards to silverback mitigation. And the industry has been using bird scaring lines ever since 2004, which means that they were one of the first to actually use this sort of mitigation, and routinely and effectively deploy it. And importantly, realizing now that more can be done to sort of eliminate these remaining bycatch, that the companies are actively taking proactive steps to try and improve the mitigation measures. So they're not actually just investing in their new vessels, but they're also investing in their old vessels. They're retrofitting them with alternative bird scaring lines. They're fitting waste management systems on these tanks. And it's really important for us because it means that we can research virus mitigation measures and we can assess them and we can fine-tune them for the entire fleet. And it's been really exciting to see that companies are actively seeking a dialogue with the research department to try and do the best they can because they want to get it right. And it's this sort of involvement and investment that I think really shows an effort to try and minimize the impact on the environment. And it sets them up as an example.
Pero esto es una belleza, porque este ámbito,
In order to prevent and deter unregulated fishing activities, Falkland's government has at its disposal a dedicated fisheries control vessel and access to a specially adapted aircraft for airborne observations.
Six patrols in a year, so at sea most of the time. The aircraft does about 4 to 5 months of patrolling. The patrol ship patrols within the zone and does physical inspections on vessels. The aircraft flies mostly around the perimeter to encroachments across the perimeter. Also we have fissions, which is the here, which software packages that we use to monitor the fleet. We also get help from the scientists who analyze the catches, and we together and base our suspicions or questions that need to be asked as regards the catches.
Sigamos viendo al barco peruano. Sigamos viendo al barco peruano.
Randomly or based on some scientific evidence. This means we bring the vessel in, empty it out, know exactly what it's got, know exactly if it has no it's better and be there for
ese es un corte distinto.
We are confident that our fisheries are fished cleanly and responsibly with sustainability and future in the industry. We have a large commercial fishery and over the last 5 years just under 700,000 tonnes of finfish have been caught in our waters, averaging over 100,000 Squid catches over the same period have reached in 5,000 tonnes, with an annual average of just over 7,000 tonnes. Falkland's calamari figures, in particular, demonstrate that fishery is a well-managed and sustainable fishery, being considered a squid every year. Our fishery is now over 30 years old, meaning that we have had 30 generations of responsibly produced squid.
Yo creo que eso sí es del verdadero, del Darwin que se vio.
In addition, our Patagonian toothfish is MSC certified. We have a proactive ideology in regards to the sustainable management and conservation of our fishery. Whilst we acknowledge this will have a short-term cost to the local economy, we see it as a price that we must pay if we are to preserve the balance between the environment and economic requirements and ever-changing performance of generation.
Ese de abajo.
Process
Son parejas. Son parejas. Como el Princess es pareja de... ¿Se acuerdan del otro que era el que estaba como dejaba el que estaba abajo? El que estaba abajo, que tenía como una tela y tenía...
And we have seen an increase in the consumption of fish, and
Estaba allá.
the quality of coconut fish is amazing, especially the coconut fish. We use coconut rennet here for the fish and chips, and the quality of all the fish is more than this.
De la pareja.
We really love it, especially, and the visitors just love it. The quality, the price, and the product is just great.
We are able to demonstrate through our export partners, such as the South American Natural Service, that even though we are a small and remote fishing industry, we are a intelligent supplier with a global reach.
Fishing industry clubs have an excellent and well-established reputation. The staff is delighted to work with you in ensuring that the product makes the widest market possible. The Falkland is and we have worked together through our global network to provide you market services. In recent years, cooperation has expanded at an accelerated rate as we offer a complete range of information for all industry partners in cooperation with our global logistics provider, the Sea Factory, and also in working with the Asian shipping line to provide several options for coconut. This cooperation has seen us carry products to Europe, Africa, North America, and the Mediterranean and Black Sea region, to Asia and to South America. In addition to the exports, we also work together with the fishing to bring in supplies from many countries. At the same time, South has seen substantial growth in the volume of import cargo, bringing in retail goods, fresh fruit and vegetables, building materials, agricultural supplies, feed, and other supplies for supplies. Overall, growth for both imports and exports in the volume of containers carried has been just over 300% in recent years. Which means that we are looking at increasing capacity in 2019 and the increase in demand with more reconstruction in place for the fishing industry. It has long been the goal of the shareholders and staff to see the company be the shipping carrier of choice for the Falkland Islands. And through working with our import partners and with the Falkland Island fishing companies who have supported us so well, this is now becoming a reality.
There are three activities within Falkland Islands fisheries. Squid and finfish can be caught from trawlers, but ilex is specific opportunities for digging vessels. One of the Falkland Islands' main exports, cheesefish, is fishing for oysters. It is the income generated from commercial fishing that has allowed economic growth to develop beyond the seafood sector and to add further value to the economy through wider employment opportunities. The fishing industry is directly and indirectly responsible for the global livelihood, information and information industry contribution to the economy. Companies who are in possession of by personal businesses in 2015, one of the businesses seafood